While Japan's trailblazing first female PM, Sanae Takaichi, an iron-willed firebrand, barrels ahead like a Shinto storm, slapping together a deportation ministry faster than you can say Bansho, the snivelling, pearl-clutching Irish government celebrates while Ireland is thrown into a full-scale rage. Over 500,000 souls have poured across Ireland's borders since 2008 alone. A country with a population of only 5.5 million, enduring a relentless 80,000-plus annual deluge of immigrants since 2024, based on official data from Ireland's Central Statistics Office. Crimes metastasizing, with violent assaults, burglaries up 9% in the last year, robberies surging 20%, and thefts ballooning 48% since the pandemic haze. Ireland's streets, once echoing with ancient bonfires and feasting in the misty heartlands of Longford, now reek of imported mayhem, gutted by cowardly New World Order sycophants. Betrayers of the old blood, history's bonfire will roast your spineless hides eternal. Mark my words, the ghosts of air won't forget.
While Japan's trailblazing first female prime minister, Sanae Takaichi, an iron-willed firebrand, barrels ahead like a Shinto storm, slapping together a deportation ministry faster than you can say Bansho, the sniveling, pearl-clutching Irish government celebrates while Ireland is thrown into a full-scale rage.
I want to condemn in the strongest possible terms the violence we've seen this evening against members of An Garda Síochána in City West. I want the people involved in that violence to know that they will be met with a very forceful response from An Garda Síochána and our criminal justice system. People went to City West this evening for the purpose of weaponising a criminal event that happened yesterday. The Gardaí should be praised for the fact that they have an individual before the courts in respect of that alleged criminal offence. So rather than attacking An Garda Síochána, they should be praising them. And I want the people to know that if they continue to be involved in violence, the force will meet them with a very strong response.
See all this here standing protesting, it's doing no good. Going to your politicians is doing no good. Now is the time to stand up and start and move these on.
Allegedly, a migrant at a huge urban refugee camp that the Irish government set up in Dublin allegedly raped a 10-year-old girl at that refugee camp. Now, this 10-year-old girl was in state custody, so she was a ward of the state. How did a 10-year-old girl find her way from being a ward of the state to the refugee camp and being allegedly raped there? It's so shocking. And how did the alleged rapist, how was he there too? He came to Ireland, according to reports, 6 years ago and was ordered deported. He was ordered out. His asylum claim was rejected. He was ordered deported, but he was still in Ireland, not just in Ireland, at that government refugee camp. The Irish government itself didn't even take its own deportation orders seriously. Now, I landed, and there's a lot of newspapers in Ireland. They've probably got, 5 or 10 of their own newspapers, which is quite a bit for a country of just 5 million. Only the Irish Daily Mirror covered this story, and they covered it big on the front page. Child raped at asylum hotel.
Over 500,000 souls have poured across Ireland's borders since 2008 alone. A country of a population of only 5.5 million, enduring a relentless 80,000-plus annual deluge of immigrants since 2024, based on official data from Ireland's Central Statistics Office.
This organization is ready to sponsor your trip. If you are coming from a non-EU country, you get 4,710 euros. This money is meant to cover your accommodation and flight tickets. That's not all. Your visa fee, registration fee is also covered. Go straight to Google and type HSC IE jobs, then click on overseas candidates.
This is basic arithmetic that this government fails to understand, and it's very frustrating for the people right across the country. And if we look at the numbers, Minister, we look recently, this week and the last number of weeks, students across Ireland have found it incredibly difficult to find accommodation. And then when you drill into the numbers, we see that the international student cohort, the universities, are engaging in a very expansionist approach. Over 40,000 international student visas, that is over 30% increase over the past 4 years. If we look at working visas, last year almost 40,000 working visas. If we go back 10 years ago, Minister, that figure was about 10,000 per year. And obviously we all are very aware of the massive acceleration and surge in relation to the IPASS numbers. So, Minister, it is very, very simple that the capacity of the economy is simply unable to cope with this huge level of increase. You have no plan in relation to this, and you have created chaos. Chaos in housing, chaos in services, chaos for the wonderful families and young people across Ireland. It is unacceptable, and essentially your policy amounts to pouring a gallon into a pint, and it's unsustainable, Minister.
Crimes metastasizing, thefts ballooning 48% since the pandemic haze. Ireland's streets, once echoing with ancient bonfires and feasting in the misty heartlands of Longford, now reek of imported mayhem. Gutted by cowardly New World Order sycophants, betrayers of the old blood. History's bonfire will roast your spineless hides eternal. Mark my words, the ghosts of Era won't forget. John Bound reporting for InfoWars.
Well, they showed their ass. How can you bring the entire nation to a cause that makes zero sense? Gaslighting America into believing that we are on the verge of a monarchy. 7 million people attended 2,700 No Kings rallies. Now that number has been adjusted to 2 to 3 million. That isn't even 1% of the population. These Soros, Rockefeller, globalist, parasite-funded events barely scratched 2% of the US population. 98% of Americans stayed home. Throngs of psychopathic boomers, who look like your neighbor, left their comfy suburban enclaves, keyed up on psychotropics, Mockingbird Media, and big pharma booster shots, descended on America to celebrate their homicidal intent for anyone who disagrees with their propaganda brainwashed vomiting of anti-American drivel. The protesters have finally returned to their nursing homes and the ongoing government shutdown and public education jobs. Accomplishing one thing, an overwhelming America is disgusted by a display of ignorance and arrogant stupidity funded by billionaire domestic terrorists, something that is clear as day and that has grown long in the tooth.
When the founders stood up to King George, they were told it was impossible, but they won.
Over the weekend, the No Kings protests.
I think it's a joke. I looked at the people. They're not representative of this country. And I looked at all the brand new signs paid for, I guess it was paid for by Soros and other radical left lunatics. It looks like it was. We're checking it out. The demonstrations were very small, very ineffective, and the people were whacked out. When you look at those people, those are not representative of the people of our country.
We're going to tear up the crown.
Well, they really showed their ass. How can you bring the entire nation to a cause that makes zero sense?
Why specifically are you out supporting No King's Day?
I think protest is important.
Is there any decision in particular you disagree with?
Okay, so I would start with, well, I don't even think it's appropriate for me to have this interview.
Why are you supporting people who are taking away voting rights, who are gerrymandering? Charlie Kirk wanted that, right?
Taking away people's voting rights? Like Charlie Kirk, all he did was sign people up to vote. He gave so many young people a right to vote.
Young white people, that's right.
Say what?
Young white people, right?
What are you talking about? It's not true at all. Mm-hmm. Him and Candace Owens were very tight. I don't think at the end they were, but I'm like, Candace was one of his closest friends. What are you talking about? Like, they were trying to get young black men and women signed up to vote. That's just not true.
Don't think so.
So you're just unaware? Like, do you know who Candace Owens is?
Yes.
They have Blexit. That's part of TPUSA. Blexit is all about having young black people part of the conservative movement. So that totally defeats what you just said.
Voter ID is racist, yeah? Like, should you need an ID to vote?
No, I don't think so, no.
Is it racist that CVS asks you for an ID to buy Sudafed?
Well, I think that there are certain people that should not be allowed to buy Sudafed, so I think it's a good idea.
So it's more important that you use an ID to buy Sudafed, but not to vote for the person that runs this country.
I'm not exactly sure.
I'm here because as a country, we've always welcomed the immigrant. And it breaks my heart to see how people are being treated with such cruelty, and instead of obeying the laws that we have in our land.
Beefed up by lies like claiming that you are the majority. You aren't.
And we immigrants, we love this country often more than the people who are born here because we chose to move here. Here's the math that they are scared of. There are more of us than there are of them. We are the majority. Say it with me. We are the majority. They're not loud enough today, Jesus. Come on, louder. We are the majority.
In fact, given that roughly 7 million people attended 2,700 rallies nationwide, these Soros, Rockefeller, globalist, parasite-funded events barely scratched 2% of the U.S. population. Now that number has been adjusted to 2 to 3 million. That isn't even 1%. 99% of Americans stayed home. Why is that?
I, Mark Carney, do swear that I will be faithful and bear true allegiance to His Majesty, King Charles III, King of Canada, his heirs and successors.
Like the BTK killer, throngs of psychopathic boomers that look like your neighbor left their comfy suburban enclaves, keyed up on psychotropics, Mockingbird Media, and big pharma booster shots, descending on America to celebrate their homicidal intent for anyone that disagrees with their propaganda, brainwashed vomiting of anti-American drivel.
You gotta grab a gun! We gotta turn around the guns on this fascist system! These ICE agents gotta get shot and wiped out. The state machinery, that's a full display right there, has to get wiped out.
Rather Trump get guillotined or Luigi Mangione?
Guillotine.
That would be so beautiful.
Guillotine.
Can we get a little waterboarding first?
Yeah. we
mess up the hair.
We want to watch it just go chop, and then the blood to go spurt, and the head to fall and roll.
Oh, guillotine or waterboard?
Guillotine.
Do we shave his head first?
No, I want to see the hair roll.
Oh, really? Yeah. All right, who else could we throw up there? Stephen Miller?
Of course. Vance, his wife, Melania, Barron, all the
guillotine them all, baby.
All of them.
Yeah, guillotine the kids for sure.
Mitch McConnell, too. All the kids.
All the kids.
Ivanka first.
And we might even need to be a little bit meaner because the Republicans don't mind being mean.
And by mean, what do you mean? Do you mean protesting? Do you mean...
Maybe we have to, I don't know, stop being so nice.
8647, explain it to me. I like the colors.
Kill the son of a bitch.
Kill who?
Wow, he's 47th president.
Really? What's your name?
Dick Saber.
Glad we got that on camera. You know that's illegal, right? You don't threaten the president. You don't threaten anybody. But that's the problem with your guys' side. You guys get so emotional, you feel you need to threaten people. But don't worry, we're spreading love, and we're going to fix it.
And then, right when the protest was supposed to be over, they told everybody to leave.
The protesters have finally gone back to their nursing homes, ongoing record government shutdown, and public education jobs, accomplishing one thing. America is clearly sick of your bullshit.
He set it up with his... I guess he's the Goebbels of the cabinet, Stephen Miller. He's a Nazi. Yes, he is, and he's Jewish, and he should be ashamed of himself.
Who are you gonna kill?
Nazis.
Who do you define as a Nazi?
What do you mean? It's pretty.
In this context, who's a Nazi?
Stephen Miller's a Nazi.
So you're gonna kill Stephen Miller?
If I had a chance, yeah, I would.
I don't know if that's something I'd say on camera, bro.
And haven't we had enough of division? We have seen when you have leaders who are politicians and they say things like, my opponent, let your rage fuel you. And they said it after Charlie Kirk. She still kept saying it, Abigail Spanberger, to her supporters, let your rage fuel you. What rage, Abigail? And fuel what, Abigail?
No, I'm scared of white supremacists. Oh my gosh. How can anybody support him? How could anybody support him? Gun deaths are worthless. The Second Amendment.
So the big thing is where people get their information, if they're getting it from an independent source, like an independent person on X like we're doing right now, or do they get it through a filtered media outlet? They believe the filtered media outlet where the story comes in and then it gets switched up, talking points get changed, hate for Trump gets put in, and then it gets sent out to the masses, and they believe that.
What does the future portend in terms of building this power of the people?
I think it went great. The key for me, and I'm a narcissist.
America is completely disgusted by a display of ignorance and arrogant stupidity funded by billionaire domestic terrorists, something that is clear as day now and that has grown long in the tooth. John Bound reporting for InfoWars.